Hi, welcome to this IMD. I'm Liam Oliff. I'm Democratic and Electoral Services Specialist, and I'll be clerking the meeting. We have Councillor Ian Shenton, Executive Member for Environment, Sport and Leisure, making the decision. And I'll pass over to Richard Bissett, Lead Specialist for Place Clienting, to present the report.
Absolutely. Councillor Shenton, as you're well aware, officers brought forward in March 2023 to Executive a report outlining the business case for waste changes which will be implemented from May onwards this year, which includes the distribution and supply of wheel bins. That decision was approved at that time, and prior to March, it also went to Executive in February, the ONS in February as well. At that time, we put a budget in place to determine how much a bin would actually be, and also the numbers of bins that we'd actually need. Officers have been working exceptionally hard on this. We've gone through procurement for both the supply of the wheel bins and the distribution of the wheel bins. The tenders have been returned and they have been under the budget allocation, which is good news. The purpose of this meeting and this report is to gain the approval, the use of existing funds for waste changes projects, i.e. the difference in terms of the budget, in terms of unspent, be used for the containers, i.e. green recycling bags or kitchen caddies, and to cover any additional costs, either capital or revenue, which is unforeseen. So at the moment, we have just under 80,000 green bags down the depot. We have a number of kitchen caddies as well. In our capital, each year we do have a supply, but all this is a prudent approach to ensure that we have the right amount of containers ready prior to distribution. That is the purpose of the document, and the request is to seek approval to utilise these unspent, as it were, for additional bins, and also to cover off any unforeseen items around capital or revenue.
Okay.
I didn't know if you have any questions, Councillor.
Oh, in the normal course of event, there is some replacement, if you like, of replacements required of people who lose or damage their receptacles, their caddies or their green bags. Obviously, the rate of offtake picked up against that baseline. What level have we achieved?
Okay.
Got to at that point.
Okay, so in October, phase one of the communications went out to highlight the changes that are coming up for this year. We received quite a lot of interest in terms of those communications, but also in regards to the additional containers. So on average, we do about 1,000 a month, which those people have lost their green bags, or new people have moved in, or replacements. We've gone up to about 3,000, so an extra 2,000 over that month, over those couple of months, which is good news. But as I say, we've got just under 80,000. There could be additional demand, and therefore we would go through all those 80,000, but we're not 100% sure at the moment. But as I say, this is just a prudent approach.
And are there any signs that that initial interest from the October communications has started to tail off? The demand starting to tail off?
Demand is tailing off. So over Christmas, it reduced. However, phase two is going out end of this month, beginning of next month, and therefore we expect further interest and demand for green bags and caddies. And it could be another 2,000 a month. It could be 4,000 a month. We're not quite sure at the moment.
Yes, we'll have to see what happens after the next round of communications.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, as the funds are basically can only be used for the purpose of waste management, within the council, then I will approve the use of any proportion of the savings that is necessary as determined by the rate of offtake, and also to cover any other unforeseen costs within the execution of the weekly collection change project.
And also, just to be completely clear, the proposal doesn't change the amount of funding being requested to deliver the project. It simply seeks greater clarity how the original approved budget can be utilised in order to deliver the project if needs be.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. I'll just read out the recommendation just for clarity. To approve the use of existing waste changes funding for containers, green recycling bags and kitchen caddies, and approve any surplus funds to form a contingency for any unexpected costs, either capital or revenue. You're happy to approve that decision?
I'm approving that.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you very much. So subject to the usual 5-day call-in period, this decision will be made official, and that concludes the meeting. Thank you very much.